Hey, my Forge faithful. Welcome to the Forge Audio Network. I'm Anthony Urciuoli. Three keys to the match presented by Volkswagen Forge FC and their regular season finale at home Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock against HFX Wanderers FC. Now, for Forge, a tune-up game as they head into the post-season. By the way, playoff tickets are available now, forgefc.ca/tickets. For this finale, speaking of tickets, if you're thinking about heading down, getting away from your out-of-town family that are here for Thanksgiving, getting away for a couple hours on a Sunday, you can do so. That's what we're here for. We're here to get you away from the people you don't want to be around because you want to be around your fellow Forge fans at Tim Hortons Field. So Sunday, you have that opportunity. Plenty of specials, promotions, prize giveaways. It's fan appreciation match. So a lot happening. We're going to get into those details very shortly. Before we do that, though, Forge looking to end the regular season on a high note and head into the playoffs with a little bit of momentum. To do that, three things I have here for Forge FC to execute and to do and to accomplish in order to secure 3 points and have themselves feeling good in going into their two-legged semi-final, which will be on October 15th and October 23rd. And if they make it that far, there will be a championship match the following week. But before that, three keys. Here's number one for Forge FC against Halifax. Shoot. No, really, that's it. Shoot. Why shoot? Well, it might seem obvious, but Forge FC with a disappointing result on Wednesday, that midweek match against Pacific. In that match, Forge FC had 61% of the possession. Now, they lost the match 1-0. So 61% of the time, Forge had the ball. That's the number they want. That's where they want to be around. That 55 to 65, Forge want to control play, especially at home. But here's where it's actually kind of a bizarre stat. I had to give it a double take. And if you watched and listened to the match in review, where I and Jessica Lisi was with me as well, we kind of broke this down. 61% ball possession is great. Shot attempts, 16-5 in favor of Halifax. 16 attempts. Shots on target, 6-1 in favor of, did I say Halifax? Pacific was that match. So despite possessing the ball, Forge just did not take many attempts. In fact, they took 5 and only 1 hit the target. Compare that to 16 attempts and 6 on target. Very difficult to win a match regardless of possession when the final stat line in terms of attempts looks the way it does. So, and even, by the way, just to go even further, attacks in that match, 128 to 73 in favor of Forge. Dangerous attacks, 40 to 32. Now, Forge usually comes in much higher than 40 with dangerous attacks. So it tells you that although they were possessing the ball, there weren't a ton of dangerous opportunities in that final third. And certainly, Pacific was more efficient as we expected. That's the club they are. They like to counter. And shots attempts don't always mean a lot. I mean, those attempts could be from anywhere. They could just be throwaway shots that have no chance of going in. But regardless, you need more. You need more attempts than just 5 and 1 hitting the target. So the message was simple. Here's head coach and technical director Bobby Smirniotis. He spoke in the pre-match media conference heading into that tilt with Halifax on Sunday, and shoot was his message as well.
Yeah, I mean the guys obviously are disappointed because if you look at the game, apart from 20 minutes, we've done a lot of excellent things on the ball. You just need to be more aggressive in the final third. We showed that the week before against York, not only in our shot count, in our corner kicks. These are all metrics, our touches inside the box. These are all metrics that show, where you're going. So for all of what we did on the ball in the last game, we didn't have those final moments. And the guys are aware of that. It's something we talk about. If the numbers are in certain places, we leave the game to chance and luck. And Pacific took their chance on Wednesday. And that's what's going to happen in every game. If we're not forceful, if we want to be a team that possesses the ball, if we want to be a team that tries to dictate tempo, there's two things that are certain. You need to finish your opportunities towards the goal, That allows for everything to work well defensively. And the second thing is you're going to give up opportunities on the counterattack.
Shoot, shoot, shoot. Key number one for Forge FC, especially as you head into the postseason. I think Forge wants to get into some better habits. Their game has slipped a bit. Not as clean, not as crisp, not as fluid as it usually is when Forge is on top of their game. And they have an opportunity to find that. And that'll tie in with some of our other keys. But key number one, shoot. Key number two, Basic Instinct. Classic movie, but also it's where Forge wants to be. I've said this so many times, but I'm going to repeat it because I think that it's the big difference that I see between 6-game winning streak Forge, where they were scoring, essentially 3 goals a match, and Forge that have been a little bit inconsistent since then and have struggled to score in a lot of matches. To me, the difference, when Forge is on their game, things look so easy. It is a beautiful thing to watch. The ball movement, the flow of play, the overlaps, the runs off the ball, everything is just, it's like a machine. It's well oiled. It's almost on automation when things are going well. And it creates a lot of very great scoring chances for Forge FC. It also creates a lot of set pieces, a lot of corners. It leads to a lot of penalties. Forge have had their share of opportunities with penalty kicks this season. It's because they're creating so much in the attacking third and they're dangerous chances. You're forcing your opponents into some really bad positions. They haven't quite been doing that. And the reason I say Basic Instinct is it's instinctual when things are going well for Forge. It looks so just the fluidity. It's like an orchestra conductor. I mean, it's beautiful. It's like a thing of art, but it just hasn't quite been there in the last several weeks or so. Forge need to find that. Again, this is your opportunity. It's essentially a tune-up match. You don't have a ton on the line if you're Forge FC. You know that Bobby's going to use his minutes. He's going to use his bench. You know he's going to go through his lineup and make sure that anyone that's at risk of, another booking, of suspension, maybe of injury, maybe there are players, this time of year, you're a player, you have kind of those lingering minor things that you can play through, but you want to protect the guys in different ways if you're the coaching staff. But at the same time, there's a bit of a weight off your shoulders. These have been high pressure matches for Forge, a lot of pressure, not even just from us, from the fans, from the league, pressure on themselves. This is a club that's used to winning, used to excellence, used to playing in big moments. And when things aren't going well, it's going to hit you a little harder than it does other teams because you're not as used to being in that position. Perfect opportunity Sunday against Halifax to get yourself out of that and to get back to that instinctual football, that basic instinct, which is key number 2 for Forge FC. Or key number 3 for Forge. I kind of already said it, but this is an important piece. Unscathed. Even if you're not in card trouble, this is a match where you're going to play hard, you're playing for 3 points, but you still have to be aware of the situation here. You have a playoff match the following week. It's going to be a 2-leg semifinal. Regardless of who they play, whether it is Cavalry, whether it's Pacific, for Forge FC, this semifinal, it's going to be against the club that you're used to playing these very physical matches against. We've seen Forge play Pacific, Cavalry, and we know how those matches have gone. They're intense, they get testy. You have some hard games ahead of you, and then potentially a championship after that. You do want to win this game. You do want to play well. You want to carry something into your semifinal. At the same time, you don't want to get yourself into card trouble. You don't want to get yourself suspended. It's not worth it. It really isn't. Also, you don't want to tell a player, it's tricky, right? Because you're never going to tell one of your guys to be less physical, less aggressive, especially for some players where it's just, it's in their DNA. It's the only way they know how to play. But you do not want to lose a player to injury now. Forge is in a really good spot heading into the playoffs as it stands now, health-wise. Sure, there are some guys that they're looking to get back into the fold. Daniel Crutzen is obviously a big piece of that. But you don't, for the most part, it's a very healthy squad. You do not want to have to deal with any injuries as you head into these playoff matches, especially when you know that a player got hurt in a match that maybe isn't as important. Now, how do you do that? How do you tell a player not to go 100%? You can't. But as a player, it's just maybe I won't dive into the corner to save this ball. Maybe the little things here and there that you got to kind of keep in the back of your mind. You just don't want to put yourself at risk with more meaningful matches coming up after this one against Halifax. So that's key number 3, unscathed. Now, listen, it's Sunday. It's Thanksgiving weekend. A nice excuse to get out for a few hours. Tickets to this match against Halifax are on sale, and there's a lot of promotions. Now, and before you look at those, playoff tickets currently on sale. forgefc.ca/tickets. Go there now. Secure your playoff tickets for the semifinal and maybe beyond that. But before we get there, we have to take care of Sunday. So here is what's in store for you. It's Fan Appreciation Day at Tim Hortons Field. And for $99, you have some options here. For $99, you can take the whole family. 4 tickets and $25 gift card to spend at Tim Hortons Field. So $125 value right there for $99. And you get 4 tickets to the match in the white section. For this match, you can also purchase a ticket for $20. That's another option. 1 ticket, $20, and you get a free ticket to the Canadian Warplane Heritage Museum. With that, Canadian Warplane Heritage Museum, Forge FC, teaming up for this match at Tim Hortons Field. There will be a flyover. Also, Forge, who typically wears orange at home, will be wearing their grays because those kits are a salute to the Canadian Warplane Heritage Museum. So they'll be wearing their grays, there'll be a flyover, and you can also get free admission to the museum with a $20 purchase of a ticket. forgefc.ca for more information. Also, I debated whether I should run through this entire list, but there are so many prizes to be given away at this match on Sunday for those in attendance. $50 Tim Hortons Field Rewards cards, 10 of those will be given away. $100 Tim Hortons gift cards, 5 of those. 5 Forge FC authentic jerseys will be given away. 5 merchandise prize packs. 5 Journey Rewards gift cards. And those are worth $25. And 2 $50 Moxie's restaurant gift cards. Those will all be prizes that will be given away on Sunday. And that's not all. 2 season tickets for next season will also be given away as a prize at this match. And as always, right up until kickoff, $5 beers. Get out, enjoy yourself on a Sunday at Tim Hortons Field. Forge FC Halifax tune-up ahead of the playoffs. Forge will have a home semifinal to play, but before that, they'll have to get through Halifax unscathed. It's key number 3 first. Okay, 3 keys to the match presented by Volkswagen. I'm Anthony Urciuoli. I will be at Tim Hortons Field on Sunday, and I want to see you there.
Forge FC is ready, and now you are too. This has been 3 Keys to the Match on the Forge Audio Network. Keep up to date on your Forge FC by subscribing to the Forge Audio Network on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts.